Hello. Thank you for joining me today. USA versus Europe. Live to work? Work to live? That is the question. David Wen. Go check out his channel. This video caught my eye. So I'm very curious what he means. I mean, I might be able to guess. If I had to pick one, Europe, USA, which one's living and work, which one's working and live? Considering we don't even get paid vacation here in the US, at least by law. Like employers don't need to give you paid vacation. That might be a hint, but I'm curious to hear what he has to say.
As an American working and living in Europe, I've actually never experienced a real summer vacation until coming to Europe.
Hold up, what? You've never been in school? I mean, in school we have awesome summer vacations. After school, not so much.
It's summer, and all the Europeans seem to be out of office on holiday vacation.
What?
Everything pretty much comes to a stop. Every email seems
Hold up, I didn't know Europeans had summer vacation at their jobs.
to be out of office. And if you're a non-European working with Europeans, you know what I mean. Nobody seems to be in the office.
How do you guys keep the country going?
And even during a pandemic summer, Europeans still seem to find a way to get out, to travel. Now, it's not only
Thank God that pandemic is over.
the fact
That's all I have to say about that.
that Americans get less vacation days per year compared to the average European,
Right.
but it's really the mindset. The mindset between work and life.
I was thinking, I mean, completely honestly, I was thinking yesterday, like, you really, I was thinking about myself, like, I better enjoy what I do for work because it is my life. Like, working is your life. That's how I think of it here in America.
Well, I just returned from my European holiday, my European vacation, where I spent 2 months back home in California. I spent 1 month working from home and 1 month on vacation. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could actually recharge and enjoy my vacation. I didn't feel the need to check my email, to think about work, to call someone. No one was calling me, no one emailed me, and
Holy crap. That tree was crazy. I thought it was a cliff.
I felt completely relaxed. And I feel recharged now to go back to work. And isn't that what a vacation should be? Where you go away,
Oh, it's kind of cheating. It's only half a tree. I would be terrified this thing's going to fall.
you enjoy, you relax, you spend time with family, friends, whoever,
Holy crap.
travel, and then you come back recharged. Isn't that what a vacation should be?
Uh-huh.
Now, let me compare and contrast that with the first vacation I ever took back in the US. This was back in 2011. I was working for a Big Four accounting firm, and I took a 2-week vacation. A 2-week vacation to a
It's a long time.
very remote village in China to see the rice paddies. And when I was checking the hotels and the reviews, I was looking for the Wi-Fi speed. I was looking for reviews to see if they had good Wi-Fi.
So he could work.
And
Oh
it was
my
because I felt the need to bring my laptop with me to stay on top of things. And I took my laptop with me on this trip. I remember taking this big laptop with me, carrying it up a mountain,
That's not a laptop. That's a bag.
a big hill. And when I finally got to the hotel, the first thing I did when I checked in was to check the internet speeds, to check to see
Not the real speed.
if my email worked, to see if everything was okay.
I was going to say, that is a nice remote hotel up in there in China. Got some
No
nice
fires.
speeds.
And that was the big difference when I compare and contrast then and now, In the US, when I took vacations, I was never really completely off. My mind was still thinking about
I will say I kind of go against the grain here in America. And when I'm on vacation, I don't work. Okay. I don't check anything. And I am different than most Americans in that sense, especially Americans with an office job. Like, most people are worried about that. I'm like, I don't care. Fire me. I'm not working on my vacation. If my boss is watching, I'm just kidding. Not really.
work. I was sometimes checking email, sometimes in the most remote places in the world, and I was never really off. Whereas in Europe, when I take vacation, there's that expectation that when you take vacation, you're off. And when everyone has that mentality, you also feel the need to relax and to be completely off when you take vacation as well.
You know what's weird though? I don't take like almost any vacation, even though my job gives me vacation days, like 2 weeks a year. I usually don't use. I only use like maybe a week.
So, why is this so? You see, the values and philosophies are very different, Americans and Europeans. Europeans work to live, and Americans seem to live to work. Not to say that there's a right way to live, but what is the right way
One sounds a little more correct.
for you?
One sounds a little bit less stressful.
So I've been in Europe for about 3 years now, 2 years working, and I remember when I first started work,
He's got a really cool apartment or house, whatever.
I was talking to a mutual friend who came from Chicago with her company, Deloitte Consulting, and she was surprised when she first started working here in Amsterdam. She was surprised because at 5 o'clock, nobody was in the office. It was empty on a summer day. Nobody was in the office.
Imagine that.
And this was a big difference because in consulting, especially in consulting, back home in Chicago, she would work late nights up until 8, 9, 10 in the evenings, even during the summer. But when she came here, 5, 6 o'clock, office was empty. And when
As it should be.
I first started working, that's
That's
also
awesome.
what I realized as well. And to be honest, at the beginning, I made an assumption. I felt like people here weren't as ambitious as compared to the US. But then slowly through time, I rethought my assumption because here I was with the mindset of an American that my life was focused on work. And when other people weren't as focused as I was, and they were focused on other parts of life, I assumed that they weren't ambitious.
It just kind of shows you in America, that's how you would be looked upon. Like, that's probably how people look upon me, honestly. Like, some people, like, they probably are like, oh, man, of course, 5 o'clock, Ryan's out of here. He's gone. Whereas half the office is, like, staying late. I'm like, bye. I'm done.
And that was wrong
But that is how you get looked at a lot here in America.
to assume because
I am joking, like my coworkers, I don't think judge me, but I do leave. When the day is over, I leave. Unlike a lot of other people, yeah, they're staying late.
that's the difference. The difference between Americans and Europeans, that mindset that
I guess I was born to be a European.
Americans seem to live
Born
to
in the
work,
wrong country.
whereas Europeans seem to work
Not that Europe is a country, okay? Don't even.
to live.
America has been called the no vacation nation.
I never
And
heard
the
that.
US is the only advanced nation in the world that does not guarantee its citizens paid vacation days. For example, the typical American with 1 year of employment gets around 10 days of vacation. It's only until after year 5 that the typical American gets around 15 days of vacation.
Woo,
But
15.
here's the thing. Most Americans don't use up all their holiday vacation. In fact, Americans only use up around 50% of their holiday vacation. And let's compare this with some other countries. For example, in
Please.
Europe, where most people get around 20, 25, 30 days of paid vacation per year.
I just can't even imagine. 30 days.
And the thing is, employees in these countries can actually negotiate for a 4-day work week or buy more vacation time.
That sounds like a European idea. The balance.
So what's potentially driving the difference? The difference between mindsets of working to live and living to work.
I really don't know. What is the difference?
Well, here's a few things that I've observed. Well, for one, in Europe, there's a better social welfare system. And as a
So people aren't as worried about like, yeah, here in America, people are like, no, you don't get it. I gotta work. I have to work overtime or else, who knows? If I need, like, if I get in some kind of medical trouble or something like that, I'm gonna need the money.
result, there's less fear. Less fear in getting
sense.
fired. Less fear in getting a big medical bill if you go on vacation and something happens and you don't have health insurance. And people here in Europe seem to get more worker rights. And as a result, people feel like they can take vacation, a more relaxed vacation without worry. Things
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I hear something. The house is empty. I'm the only one here. Who am I hearing? How creepy would it be? They're gonna show this on the news, like, man murdered after making a YouTube video where he said he heard someone in an empty house. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. Just let me know if someone comes in that door, guys.
Things are also slower in Europe. Pace of life seems slower. And things aren't open 24/7 like the US. And there's more work-life balance here because of the fact
That's a big one right there. Things aren't open 24/7. So here in the United States, people literally have to be at work all the time. There's got to be people working all hours of different times, you know what I'm saying.
that people get more vacation days. People get 20 days, 25 days of guaranteed vacation, and people take their vacation here as well. Now, I don't think there's a right way to take vacations. Well, actually, I take that back. I do think there's a right way to take vacations, and I think Europeans get it right. I think every person should be guaranteed at least 4 weeks of vacation days per year.
Wow. That's funny. He's like, I don't think there's a right way. He's like, no, you know what? I can't even honestly say that with a straight face. Yeah, Americans do it the wrong way. 4 weeks, though. Phew. I'm all for it. I'm going to go protest.
And that you should take 100% of those vacation days.
I agree.
Because when you go away, you unplug, you relax, you do whatever you want to do. Ultimately, you come back as a fuller
It might be more productive.
person, a more
Maybe.
recharged person, so that you're actually more productive when you get back to work. There's a lot of research that backs this up as well. Now, for myself, I still have 4 weeks left of unused vacation days, and frankly, I
4 weeks?
don't know how to use them up.
How much do you get, sir?
But I guess that's a good problem to have.
I mean, I understand that 4 weeks is coming, but he said he has 4 weeks left. Like, you had more than that? Go check out David Wen. That was a very nice video. I enjoyed that. It's definitely very interesting to think about the cultural differences in terms of what the heck did I go away? In terms of like work-life balance and culture in that way, and how it's from based on like the government safety net. I didn't think about that. That makes sense. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. I hope I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I mean, I'll be here, so.